And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Horizen Weekly Insider number 97. Today is July 26, 2021. Thanks for joining us live here on Discord and YouTube. And please be aware that this call is being recorded as usual, and that you can check it out later in our Horizen podcast. Also, please remember to ask your questions on Menti. We'll be posting the link here so the team can answer your questions at the end. Let's welcome Ana Julia. She is one of our project managers and she will be providing the engineering section today. Welcome, Ana Julia.
Hi, all. Thank you, Angie. Happy Monday. So, just a few updates today. Let's start with the code audits that have been going on the Zendu side and the proving system side. While the first one on Zendu was already finished a couple of weeks ago, the other one on the proving system was just finalized last week. Currently, we are addressing the issues on both of them, and in particular, the remaining two issues on Zendu are being currently addressed, while regarding the proving system, a total of 21 things were highlighted. 14 of them have been addressed, 2 of them were discussed and then considered as non-issues. Other 3 of them are being addressed right now, and we should finish within a few days. And for the last 3, we have opened issues on our GitHub repos to address them in the future. So everything is proceeding very well with the audits. Speaking about other things, obviously we are progressing with the infrastructure-related activities to prepare the parallel testnet where all the code will be deployed. We are running a lot of tests and trying to replicate different scenarios, so work in progress here. And finally, another important update is that we started working on different tasks for the next delivery. And in particular, last week we carried out many design sessions, both on the proving system side and on the SDK side. And we already started with the first implementations. So this is all for today. Back to you.
Thank you, Ana Julia. Let's continue now for Vano to provide us the video updates.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. So today we are updating about one of our existing partners, Mixin, which added DeFi pools recently into their application. And these DeFi pools operate quite similarly to Uniswap and SushiSwap, but it's limited to within Mixin ecosystem only. And so we now have 2 DeFi pools there. One is for Zen against Z cryptocurrency, which is Mixin's own cryptocurrency, and another is Zen against BTC. Both pools currently have a liquidity total of 55,000 USD. It's all bootstrapped by our community. So that's pretty good news, extending our partnership with Mixin. And I think it's great news for our Chinese community as well, because Mixin is primarily used by our Chinese community. I'm passing it to Kaspers now for some great sidechain updates.
Hi everyone, this is Kaspers. On the partnerships front, we signed a new MOU last week with a top 50 crypto project, and now I'll be coordinating with marketing to work on a joint press release. So a bit more detail on this partnership is that we have worked with this partner for a couple of months now. This is more of a technology partnership where we will be collaborating on a decentralized identity solution for a joint enterprise client, and we will be using our expertise in zero knowledge and ZKPs to bring about this product, this solution, and this joint work might also be complementing our SDK. So very happy about this, and hope that you will be able to hear about this more soon. So thank you, and back to you, Angie.
Thank you guys for the BD section updates. Let's continue with Lucy for the marketing section.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. So just a quick updates from me. There's an ongoing community giveaway to celebrate the ZK order announcement. The giveaway is ending this Saturday, so make sure that you join the giveaway. There will be 20 winners, so you could be one of them to win some Zen. There are a lot of work happening behind the scenes, so we have a full pipeline of it. Exciting news. We'll be announcing more blockchain building partnerships in the next few weeks, so stay tuned. That's it from me today. Back to you, Angie.
Thank you, Lucy. Now let's welcome Zane for the product and engineering section.
Thanks, Angie. And hey, everyone. Last week, our team took a look at some of our main supporting tools. So that includes our wallet, Sphere by Horizen, the JavaScript libraries, and our block explorer for the main chain and the upcoming side chains. We delved into the current state of those projects, their compatibility with the Zendoo launch coming up, and roadmaps for the remainder of H2 in 2021, as well as the strategic work for 2022. And next up, we have also been working on our sidechains. And just for additional context, our sidechains are built with our SDK, our software development kit, which allows developers to quickly spin up their own independent blockchains and customize business logic to tailor it to their use case. And in previous updates, we spoke about our audit chain and our game chain. And our audit chain is that near real-time audit of reserves. It's a sidechain that maintains the privacy of the financial institution's users. And you might have heard it referred to as ZK Audit, which is our collaboration with Celsius. And the game chain is our multiplayer strategy game that features a catalog of digital assets. I'm not going to go too in-depth with the updates, but work is progressing nicely on both. We're also starting work on another sidechain partnership and it's a more marketing-focused sidechain. It allows orgs to supercharge their marketing efforts while still maintaining the privacy of their participants. It's currently in the scoping phase. And lastly, we're hiring, looking for a senior software engineer as well as a lead developer advocate evangelist. Please reach out to me or anyone on the product engineering team through Discord or LinkedIn. Thanks, and back to you, Angie.
Thank you so much, Zane. Next, we have Rob with the leadership updates and the Q&A session.
Thanks, Angie. Thanks, everyone, for the updates. Okay, I'm going to highlight something that was presented to me last week and I think really cool, and I want to give credit where credit's due. Okay, let me just figure out exactly what I want to say about it. So Zane's team, John in particular, put together a coherent wallet strategy. And I have to say, I'm really excited with what I saw. And I'm excited with what I saw for a couple of reasons. One is the potential of what we can be doing and really thinking forward-looking here and what's going on in the industry, what are best practices, what are other people doing that really should inform what we ought to do. And number two, having a coherent strategy means that we can stop wasting effort on doing things that don't really have a payoff, or we're not doing well because we're not focusing resources on them, and so forth. So I really liked the coherent wallet strategy, and this was part of the broader technology strategy conversations we've been having over the last month. This was one of those missing links. We had several potential projects that we could work on. Obviously, improvements to Sphere, new features on Sphere, thinking mobile, thinking web wallets, thinking Explorer support for products, thinking library support for products, and so forth. Doing this was really critical because as we're assigning resources for streamlining where we want to go for maximum impact, we don't want to be spreading resources where they're actually not being properly used. And we don't want to be doing duplicative work, and we don't want to be doing work on things that really aren't going to have an impact and really aren't going to matter in the grand scheme of things. So one important thing, John went out and did a survey of the rest of the industry of what are some key projects doing. We looked at Cardano's dataless wallet. We looked at MetaMask, obviously, is the dominant wallet in the industry because it's the web wallet is also an authenticator for all the application ecosystem on Ethereum. And we looked at these things and we looked at, well, number one, from a product perspective, what do they do? How does what we offer to the market compare to what they do? And even what kinds of teams are working on these things? So looking at MetaMask as an example, MetaMask, I was shocked, very pleasantly surprised, and also very jealously surprised by the success of MetaMask in that this product earns $45 million a year in revenue. So this is huge, and they do it from taking a percentage of swaps that happen using the app. Now, okay, you might be thinking $45 million in revenue, that's a lot. That in itself is a massive technology company, evaluation-wise, and their team employs 25 people roughly, specifically for the wallet product. Now compare this to where we are, and not to focus on MetaMask too much, but MetaMask is an industry standard, and the industry has moved in the Web3 direction of browser-based web wallet being important because you can use this as an authenticator. But 25 people working on a product compared to us with Sphere, we've had, I don't know, maybe a quarter of a full-time equivalent working on Sphere for the last couple of years, right? So think of 0.25 of an FTE versus 25 FTEs working on a product, and you can see the differences here. And this matters over time. Looking at other products that are out there, wallet products, you look at teams that have at least a dozen other people working on them, and again, comparing that to Sphere, where we've only been able to allocate over the years trivial amounts of manpower into working on them. So this puts some things into perspectives, and we need to think, do we want to compete in a space where we're not devoting sufficient resources to actually compete? Because that seems like a losing proposition to me. So what we're thinking is, let's revisit our strategy. We know we need graphical user interface, or some sort of GUI wallet for our users. We know that sidechains are coming imminently with Zendu. We know that the nature of this project is going to be shifting quite significantly, and we have a whole suite of products that are out there. Zane talked about a compatibility, like a Zendu compatibility look across our own ecosystem, which was absolutely crucial to actually doing a taxonomy of what we have currently, what will be supported with Zendu, what will not be supported with, and then have this moment of, good Lord, if we want to support this product, and from day one when Zendu goes live and that hard fork, this set of things won't be compatible. This is meaningful, right? So we need to think through all of these things and make sure that we're doing things in a coherent strategy. Anyway, so that said, we are now looking holistically across the ecosystem. We know we need a wallet product, and then we think from a product perspective, and John did a fantastic job of this, of thinking, why do we need a wallet? Is it just a graphical user interface? Are we doing things like authenticating applications across the sidechain ecosystem, like MetaMask? Right, and then what are the things under the hood that matter? What are the APIs, the libraries, the functionality across specific applications that matter? Anyway, all this to say, we don't have all of the answers right now, but I think we have a coherent look of, as we go forward, what should matter more, I would say, is web wallet and mobile are two things that should matter more, and we've been under-resourcing these things, and say on mobile, not resourcing at all. Block Explorer as a product is really important, and these things are all part of a broader kind of taxonomy of products that we offer to the market, where right now we have a lot of things, a lot of repositories on our GitHub. We have a lot of other products out there that we haven't been supporting, but they're still on our GitHub. And we have a whole bunch of things that aren't going to be compatible with Zendu from day one. So all this to say, we're doing that look now. We're going to be focusing resources strategically so that we're not wasting effort. And at the end of the day, what we actually deliver is meaningful and has a big impact. And we know that we have to do this in the context of a broader industry, that we are not in our own little Horizen world where we do everything from scratch and we don't have to care what's going on in the market. That's not the case at all. Because I'll repeat the goal that I said last week is, at the end of the day, we need to make sure that when developers, CTOs, CEOs, anyone who's thinking about doing something on a blockchain, whether it's building their app, their next venture, or a company thinking about their next blockchain-based product, we want to make sure that building with us is the obvious choice, right? And there's a whole bunch of things that we need to do here beyond just the core development of, say, Zendu and then Lattice, that whole bunch of things that we need to do for compatibility, usability, making sure that these are products that people actually want to use, and we're not just building independently on our own. So anyway, we're working on all of this right now. I'm really happy with the work that the team's put together thus far. It's not a finalized strategy, but now there were two elements I told you guys a couple of weeks ago that were missing from the tech strategy before I think we're ready to finalize it. Those two elements have been done. So one was the SDK core, and we had that conversation with Alexander, Alberto, and the core engineering team and product, thinking coherently about the SDK core. So that piece is there. I think we have a no-brainer of what we need to do for SDK core for the rest of the year and then going into the year. The other piece was the wallet strategy, because we didn't want to start just working blindly down a path, because we have been, just let inertia take hold. This was the last piece, and I'm happy with where we are, although we still need to mature it a little bit more to really finalize what a wallet strategy would look like, and then obviously communicate that to all you guys and make all of that public. And then I think we have all the missing pieces, and we can finalize the technology roadmap going through the rest of this year, and maybe more importantly, what are we going to be doing next year in 2022. So anyway, guys, that's what I have here, and we can stop and open it up to questions. And if we end a little early, even better.
Thank you, Rob, for the updates, and as well, thank you everybody for contributing with your questions. So here we go. The first one is, what are the next steps after going through the Zendu audit results? Will results be made public?
Absolutely. Yeah. So for sure, results will be made public. And right now we're burning through all those open items, making a lot of progress. And once everything's finalized, we will be finalizing with the auditors first to make sure everything really is finalized. And then when we're all comfortable, we're going to be making it public. That's a big part of the audit process.
Thank you. The second question is, when is Zendu somebody just voted and it changed everything. So let's see. Okay, so it says, when is Zendu releasing exactly? Late Q3 or early Q4?
Yeah, so realistically, it's looking early Q4, as much as we wanted. And we will have the code done and ready to go. We will publish the code as soon as the audit results are good and testing's good. But we need to coincide this with deprecation, and currently deprecation, I believe, is scheduled for the end of October, if not early November. So basically, as soon as we hit that deprecation milestone, which is really important for just security and health of the network, as we release a major hard fork, we want to make sure that the old software is no longer working, right? We want to make sure that people aren't still running the old software, and we have a network partition. So just to be safe, we are going to do things the right way and wait till immediately post-deprecation. That's looking like it's October, early November. And thank you, Doug, man, just posted October 27th is where it's looking right now.
Awesome. Thank you, Rob. And the third is more of a suggestion, not a question. It says, need more organic Zen demand, change to POS.
I love suggestions. Thank you for that. And this is definitely something. But yeah, so this is one of those things, maybe governance-wise, it's the governance process that's more important than specifically what we do, in my opinion. And the governance process needs to continue to mature. So we're releasing the first Zen app, Zen improvement proposal, and this will be the mechanism by which core technology changes or changes to the core software need to be presented to the community. The community needs to have the opportunity to debate them vigorously. And ideally, where we want to go is going to be having a legitimate voting system, so we can actually aggregate and see sentiment of the community and be able to make these kinds of macro decisions in an open, transparent way like that. And going from proof of work to proof of stake is just one of these huge macro changes that I believe demands good governance. Now, that said, I completely sympathize with the organic demand for Zen. We need organic demand for Zen, not just to boost the price of Zen, but because this is required for our sidechain ecosystem. So Zen is the gas for our sidechains. And when Zendu goes live, and when we have actual sidechains that are in production working on Zendu, they are going to require Zen for staking, and Zen is the gas on these sidechains. So this is just a much more elegant and useful source of organic demand for Zen than if we were to change the consensus of the main chain to proof of stake. That said, everything's always on the table because we're an open community, and just my point is we need good governance. We can't be making these decisions too lightly. But thank you for the suggestion.
Thank you, Rob, for answering all the questions. And this is it. So thanks, everybody, for joining us in our Weekly Insider. We'll see you all next Monday for the latest Horizen updates. Have a great week. Bye-bye.